guys, they totally rocked it.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey, Beverly Hills 90210 fans, stop what you're doing right now, because it's time to dive deep into 90 News. All the latest news and rumors coming out of your favorite zip code. With your hosts, Pete Ferrero and Melanie Rose. Oh my God, I can't believe what I just heard.
Hey, it is another edition of 90 News. Melanie Rose. It is Friday. We were supposed to be on location today.
Yes, we were.
But
Darn
it's
rain.
raining. Yeah, the Walsh house is flooded again, just like at Thanksgiving. So we cannot go and do this.
No, but we'll reschedule and we'll be on location again soon. So,
all right, let's bring on our friends, Larry Don Mollin, our roving reporter, and Charles Rosin.
hey guys.
Hello.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hey, Larry, this is the first time we've ever been on the news at the same time.
It's exciting, Chuck.
We must be newsworthy, according to these two.
Well,
Yeah.
it was quite a week, Chuck, as you know.
Yes, it sure was.
I'm still jet lagged a bit, but I'm hoping to take care of it.
Yeah, there was a lot of countries in a short amount of time that we had a jet set to. So, but you know what we wanted to do? I wanted to talk a little bit about what we did with Planet 90210, but we can't talk about that without some of our Planet 90210 people, right? So let's bring some of them up. Bring them in.
Hello.
Hello, and hello.
Hi. Thanks for being part of it. You know, one planet, one zip code.
That's it. Let me ask our panel here, Anna, starting with you. What did you love about the Planet 90210 show this past week?
It was so emotional to see everybody speaking about 90210 and all the clips. I especially love the clips because I've never seen them. I'm sure they're in the internet somewhere, but I never searched for them. So, like seeing clips from Brazil and Argentina and Israel, it was really great.
Yeah, I agree. How about you, Peter? Same deal. What did you think about this week?
Yeah, I got quite sentimental and emotional, like seeing all these other fans talking about their memories and their love for this show. And then we got to ask our questions. That was amazing. And
Yeah.
I loved the clip that you started the show with from Israel. I was looking for that for so long because I saw the promotional pictures of the beautiful ladies.
Yeah.
They shot a commercial for children's clothes or something like that. And I was like, I want to see it. And I got it. So.
That's great. Louise, how about you?
I think it was just so nice to hear everybody's memories. There were so many different ones, and everyone's obviously got their favourite episodes and seasons and things. But it was so nice that everyone had so many different. We could touch on so many different seasons and episodes in one hit. So it was fantastic.
Yes, Maro, how about you, man?
Well, I'm feeling honored to be here, and 16 countries together from 90210. That means love. I mean, because we still love the characters, the cast. We all remember special episodes. I mean, I'm thrilled.
Yeah.
What I'm happy because one of the things quite surprised me at first when I started watching your show was to know Charles Rosin's face, because for me, in my mind, so many years ago, Charles Rosin was like an Aaron Spelling twin. So it was another Aaron Spelling smoking a pipe. So it was very shocking for me to know.
When I met Larry, when I met Larry, he smoked a pipe. He was wannabe.
I didn't know
Smoked
that.
cigarettes. Chuck was a secret cigarette smoker, like so many.
Yes, that was true.
Yeah.
But what you're saying, it reminds me of a story about the end credit, which is something that Lindsay told me, my daughter, when she was at camp, and I went to pick her up at the camp in Malibu, and she was 10 years old at the time, and she was 8 years old at the time, and she did not tell her counselor, to show you what a kind of gal she was, she did not tell her counselor for the entire week she was there what her father did for a living. Which, if you know Los Angeles, the conversation is, "Hi, how are you? What does your father do?" You know, that was, you know, so she didn't enter into that. And when she told her counselor what I did, the counselor looked at it and said, I for many years, and probably still do, hate your father because every time I see his name, it means the show is over.
Right.
That's cute.
And you know what I loved this week? We had visual proof of how hard Charles Rosin worked on the show from those pictures that Jill Henkel showed us. He is definitely handling something in these couple of images, right?
Taking care of business, yes.
There must have been. Do you have any recollection of what was happening?
What
that
I realized,
well, yeah, we were shooting. That was at Universal, and where we were shooting, and you know, the expectation is, how do you take this and make us? What else are you going to do? In other words, when I'm pointing, it's like, how many extras are you going to have out here? Where's the camera going to go? I mean, I'm asking them. You can see up on the building there. It says something, I think, in French there.
Yeah.
Rue de, you know. So this is what they used to. I don't even know. I haven't been in Universal for so many years. I don't even know if they still have these, you know, faux set areas anymore, or if it's all just, you know, rides. But that was pretty much the brain trust that used to go out. Somebody from the crew, someone from the art department, someone from production, and I rarely would go on those. But you know, it was Universal, and it was
the writer would go. Usually, the writer of the episode would send out there.
Not on location scouts. Maybe you, because you were writer producer.
I did a lot of those. A lot of those.
It was a little different, but writers, no.
If it was anywhere in the city that was close to a Hooters, that would be the lunch. That's all I can tell you.
Oh my God.
If you were overnight, it was a strip club. But if other than the lunch, because that's where the crew wanted to go.
Right. Mara, what were you going to say?
No, yes. What I want to say, I realized 2 days ago. I mean, I was at that lot. I mean, I have a picture. It's in my iPad, but I remember I have a picture in that stair with my couple. So I don't know. Every time in my life, I go to 90210 again because I remember and I have it. Now I'm going to take it, but I have in that stage. I mean, when the girls were, I have a picture.
Yeah, I remember riding a ride. There used to be a ride. I don't know. It wasn't a fun ride, but you would ride through all the back lots, and they would always say, "And this is where Brenda and Donna went to Paris." You know, it was always like a thing mentioned every time I went there.
Well, I have a funny story about that. I didn't work very often for Universal. There were other studios I worked for all the time. Universal was not one I worked for very often. And I was once doing a quick rewrite of a pilot, and they put me in a temp building for the 2 weeks I don't even know if it's 2 weeks. Like I had a week to do the whole thing. And I would go there in the morning, and it was the place that where I was situated, you could always hear this coming out of that tram. And now this is where all the writers and producers have their office, so we have to be quiet from now on. And it's like, and I would hear that every 4 minutes. I would hear the same thing when it'd be a new tram. Needless to say, I finished the pilot working at home because it worked out.
Hey Larry, what did you think of this whole plan? I mean, listen, I want to give credit where credit is due. This was a Larry Mollin concept, Planet 90210, and we were all like, "Well, how does it going to work?" Chuck and I immediately,
I just felt. I remember I challenged you guys at Christmas to do this show. We're going to do it because I realized, especially on Twitter, we had a lot of foreign fans who would catch up on the podcast the next day, and I just kind of felt like we were missing all, getting involved live. And so I thought we'd do it. And then it just started taking off. The minute I would see someone comment from a foreign country, I'd track them down like a stalker, kind of like we do with the guest stars. And we started building. I know I got Morrow that way off of YouTube. And I just said, hey, you want to be in the show? It just built really nicely. It's also Instagram. We grabbed a bunch of fan groups like that Israeli fan group. And then Facebook, we had the whole Italy fan group. And UK, we had seen Louise, said Chuck, had her number and stuff. And Anna came on, I think, on Twitter. I think I found Anna on Twitter. She was a Twitter stalker for me. A Twitter stalker.
Well, I think I was thinking, Larry and Pete and Melanie, that we should make it open and understood that because we didn't have Spain and we didn't have
Mexico
Egypt or Turkey or
Mexico.
Any other country that comes to us and says, "Hey, what about us? Don't you want to be talking to us?" We should be open to that. Let them know and be open to that.
No, there's definitely a sequel coming. But I just thought, and it was
even doesn't have to be a big thing. We could just do one at a time.
Oh yeah, well, we got to actually accommodate our poor friend Peter Goldsworthy, who could not get online. He could not stay online from Australia. Was not represented, the big continent of Australia. But it was just it was a show which was big with no guest stars. The guest stars were the fans.
That's it.
And that's what was so cool about it. And I started thinking, when I had the idea of Planet 90210, it just seemed like we could really pull it all together. And I knew there were some stories because I knew Livia's story, certainly. And then hearing the other stories of how it just gave them something aspirational and inspirational, the show, and how much it meant. I also got a beautiful letter from, I guess, on Instagram from someone I didn't know who stalked me from Vienna, who just told me how the show had changed his life because he had just seen the whole show too.
Austria's next. We got Austria and Estonia. Those two places.
And Estonia, exactly. And I don't know. It just had a good rhythm to it. We added a little bit of globe thing, and it could even make a big globe. Yeah,
I know.
Connor Furlong from Ireland just jumped right in and opened the song, which Chuck really meant a lot to Chuck. That song "Rome," and the chorus is really great. And he just jumped in and did it and opened this up, and everything was pretty good. I'm pretty happy with everybody.
And they probably don't know, or certainly are people watching the news, that there was a complaint about that. By the way,
Facebook.
And we probably by a wonderful Facebook. And he said sarcastically, and
we're working on it.
But the interesting thing is, I think it came from Ireland.
Well, I don't think it was that thing that killed us, though. I think there was another thing in the show. One of the clips had a Red Hot Chili Pepper song.
That's
what I think.
The Israel clip. Yeah,
and the Israel clip had the song. I think there were other things that were offensive too, but. The Ireland one, perhaps, but I don't want to hang it on that one. I don't think it was because people perform songs by themselves.
Well, wait a second. You cut that back.
No, he didn't.
Unfortunately, you had to cut back. He did a minute. You cut it back to.
I had to, and then they deleted. Then they deleted that too. They deleted the cut version. We're in the weeds here of behind the scenes stuff.
Well, it is not behind the scenes. It is here are these companies that will fight for the $1.50 that they would make from the payment or the $5 from it, whatever it would be, like the world is important, and yet they'll strip an entire television show of its music, and it's the same corporate mentality. And I urge everybody who really follows the news, and including my friends in around the world, check out what's happening with a company in the United States called GameStop.
Yeah,
and you realize how the world is such that those who got usually get.
Yeah,
and those who don't, well, we're gonna stop that right now. And I have made really point to Pete when they first started to talk about us using clips without music, that we're a news and information show, and you got no right in the world of fair use. And I urge you to write that back to these people in the same way. It's all fair use, and back off, Facebook.
That's yeah.
Imagine, that scene with, of course you do. Why am I asking this? That scene with when Dylan and Kelly starts going around, behind Brenda's back.
Yes.
And then Brenda comes back. I can never not associate that scene with Rose Royce Wishing on a Star.
Yes.
That will always be the song. It will always mean that. So when you don't have that music, it's just weird. Maybe because
even the minor songs, certainly REM and Sophie B. Hawkins and all the ones that we know.
Oh my God, yes!
I was just thinking of that one, yeah.
But the fact is we just saw it recently. We saw a scene. We were doing something with the Jennifer Grant, who was played Celeste, and when Ian is begging her in the Peach Pit to forgive him, and she won't do it. The song on is an old torch song from the early 1960s that was on the Peach Pit, and it filled the motion of the scene. You weren't focused on it, but every once in a while it would come up, and anybody who would know it, it would, oh my gosh, that's what's going on. That's what goes away. So the extra effort that we made to create a mood, and we had to do that with music because we couldn't really do it with film because we weren't allowed to go out and do all the things we might have wanted to do with film. But we had other avenues, other ways to be able to express our sensibilities. And that's what I think, what worries me about the long-lasting nature of this show, because without that, you've got, I don't know, when you have this music just kind of thrust in and not very well. If I was a viewer, I would just go, what was the fuss?
Yeah,
I don't think it's that drastic, but I mean, it's bad. But it's, I think.
I mean, if you go with
the whole generation don't know that music.
What episodes like The Time Has Come Today, like, you know, you have the young bloods get together when they're in the park, and if you take that away, it's just like a bunch of people dressed like
if you take it away, it's 1959, not 1969.
Right. What's in there now, Chuck? I haven't seen. We only watch the stuff with the original.
Oh, I can't bear it.
I can't bear it.
The times I have,
I have it on Hulu.
I find it unwatchable, so that's just me.
There is a profile
I know
on Instagram who
even a lot of covers from Jamie Walters are cut from the DVD.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like scenes before that or after are also cut where they're just talking, and that frustrates me. And I'm very happy that I still have the original tapings from television because I compared them to the DVD, and I'm like, whoa, they took out a lot of great things. And
what about the Rolling Stones? Are the Rolling Stones?
They're in there. They made it.
Yeah, because that's part of the production. If you're part of the production track,
they can't cut it. They have to pay the money.
Cut it, yeah. But Jamie, I guess they could, or they just did.
Bummer.
I don't know why they
After Dark performances. Are they there? Like Flaming Lips, Jade, and
some are. I remember Christina.
I think because, like Chuck said, because they perform. Maybe they are there. Flaming Lips.
I don't know, but Jamie performs, so why isn't his stuff there?
I don't know.
Well, it might be. I know Warner Brothers is just one of the work, so maybe it's Warner Brothers.
Chuck, this is a CBS issue. Yes. CBS.
This one happens to be. This happens to do CBS, but Larry is exactly right.
It is a record company.
Actually, although I read about with Sony. Now, Sony, my other show I was involved with after 90210 very briefly was Dawson's Creek. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I actually did for Dawson's Creek was I negotiated all their music. So it put on my business hat, Larry, and I did all of that while other people were writing the scripts based on stories that we had put together. Nonetheless, they took out the theme song. I don't want to wait for this world to be over. How did you do that? That is so associated with Dawson.
Yeah,
and they put it back. Mm-hmm. They put it back. Sony realized we're going to have to do this. That's Sony. Sony's not as bad as Warner's, CBS, and the granddaddy of them all, Universal Music.
We need to get our change.org campaign going and restore the music. That's what we need to do.
Maybe a lot of different ideas.
It's this simple. Hey, CBS, I understand when you put this together initially, the DVD market, you wanted to just race and get everything now. Now we have many streaming services where people are watching the show again, and we really would like the music to be in here. We just did an episode of 16 countries, over 30 fans talking about it. This is a worldwide problem. CBS, fix this issue and put the music back into the show, please. It's just that simple. It's a lot of complicated things for them, but there's a lot of people that'll be very happy if you fix this problem.
Yes.
Especially even when actors perform a song, because they also cut scenes from Katie Holmes, Joey Potter singing in Dawson's Creek, because they didn't have the rights for the song, and then it's the actor singing, so it shouldn't be that difficult, right? And
the cover, right?
Be part of the show.
Yes. Okay. We've said our piece about that topic.
I want to say about music. There is a great profile on Instagram who matched the original music and
restored something, right? Yeah.
Yes. 90210 restored. Yes.
Give him some props. Yeah.
They do great work here.
Yes.
We're all fans.
Yes. What about having Kathy Dennis on the show to talk about
On this podcast, you mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I love
Yes.
Kathy
Yeah,
Dennis.
yeah, great idea.
She was my favorite artist by far who did our first soundtrack. That's why we had her perform at the prom.
At the graduation. Yeah, the prom. Yes.
I had that on CD, the soundtrack, the college years soundtrack. It was released in Portugal as 90210 The College Years. And it
was the first. She was on the first one. The college years was second.
Yeah, I think we only had a college years. I only
maybe they put them together.
Probably.
Maybe it's a possibility.
Maybe
like you said, it depends on the way rights were negotiated, probably in each country. But I also noticed one thing that I wanted to mention, that it's like Colin. Like he's a painter, but he also plays a painter in Bon Jovi's Always video.
I just saw that. Yeah,
Right.
He's got long red hair and stuff. It's like, I want.
It's the guy she goes to at the end and he's like,
yeah,
I'm gonna get you out of here, baby. It's like, oh my God, it's Colin.
We have to send that to him and tell him we're gonna distribute it to everyone to see if he doesn't come on the show. We have to use it. I made it. Thanks for reminding me of that. I saw it last night. I think the song is called Sorry. Sorry, I
or
think.
Always is what you
always. Okay, yeah, let's check it out.
Love you.
Yeah. Facebook.
You know what? I think when we cast him, we did see that video. It occurred to me.
Makes sense.
It occurred to me
to do an episode of this
podcast
that has all like Kathy Dennis. We need to get the musicians to come on and talk about their time.
Gary Stevens. Remember, we also have to reach out to Gary Stephen Scott.
Yeah,
our composer wants to come on. So
that would be.
Can we have Brian Austin Green playing "You're So Precious to Me"?
Maybe not that one, but anything else.
I'd like to see Adam Levine come on. You know, he was at the Peach Pit After Dark with his band before Maroon 5. It was called something Flowers. I forget his old band name, but he'd be a great one to get to.
Yeah, we'll see.
Is that in season 7?
No, 8.
Forget about it.
I mean, we did have Wayne Cohn from the Flaming Lips.
Okay.
We could get Wayne Cohn from the Flaming
Bare
Lips.
Naked Ladies. I guess
Bare
Jen
Naked
Len Ben
Ladies.
is friends with one of the Bare Naked Ladies. Maybe we can work something out.
They were Jason's good friends.
Try to get Mick.
Did that movie.
We can try to get Mick and Keith.
That's his buddies.
Yeah, Mick and Keith we should talk to. Yeah, absolutely.
What show?
You can see here's what you can see. You can see the brain trust of the Beverly Hills 90210 show at work. I don't know, maybe.
Anyway, all right, listen, guys, this is really awesome to see you all again. I think like Chuck and Larry both said, if you know that you're all going to be brought back now during our weekly shows as fill-ins and sit-ins and for some of the episodes. So we love you all and just can't thank you enough for being super fans and watching our show and watching the original series as well. So much love to all of you guys.
Yay! Thank you guys.
Thank you. Always a pleasure. Yeah.
Good seeing you.
Bye.
Bye. See you guys
Have my
later.
cards. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
All right. There we
All
go.
right.
All right.
Yeah, so we will see you two both as well. Is there anything else that you guys want to? I mean, let me ask you this real quick before we move on to Chuck and Larry. Seeing this, how to be impactful? I mean, we do our show and the podcast, and I think sometimes for me anyway, like I lose touch with the fact that there's actually people that watch our show, and then to see it globally and all that really had a big impact on me this week, just watching it and hearing everything that they said about our podcast. And then of course the series too. How did it feel for both of you? Start with Charles.
Oh, I think it was one of my, well, certainly this is not to knock anything else we have done together here on the Beverly Hills 90210 show, but it was my favorite single videocast podcast in that, and it moved me, as I said to you in our after party. It moved me really greatly. To realize that that not only did we have this impact, but to hear very specifically and particularly in those years in Europe, where Europe was going for so many fundamental changes. I think at that point for the better, and that to see that. here they are all these years later, and are so warm to the show and also so warm to us was really a phenomenal way to spend a couple of hours a week, a month, and a year.
Yeah, absolutely. How about you, Larry?
Yeah, I mean, all that. I mean, it's just as you felt like you really you were a positive influence in a large amount of people's lives when they were going through a difficult time. That you were kind of a beacon of hope and light, and they got what we were doing, and somehow it related to them. We were writing universally enough that they felt we were telling their stories.
Yeah,
it wasn't foreign to them at all. And no, I had known Lilia's story about, being, post-Soviet and how confusing that must have been in the world of a young person. Like, this whole system collapsed. You're just trying to find out what's going on. You see, oh, wow, like you see in like a telescope, you're seeing something far away, but it's light and it's good. And, maybe you can get there. So, yeah, I know it felt very validating for us.
Thank you. That's right. I really would like.
Yeah.
I really would like to, on these other countries, even if it's just on our news show or it's just a segment on one of them we do, to focus on them, the other countries, because it is a Planet 90210.
Yes, I think that's a good thing for us to push, and down the line we probably should do another big one, but that was our third big show. We've done now the 30th anniversary Super Show, the Super Deluxe Christmas Party, and Planet 90210, and this was the most personal in a lot of ways. The other ones were star-studded and real big events and stuff, but this one really had the nuts of what was great about the show and the appeal.
Which was the three you said our
30th anniversary Super Show, the Christmas Party, Super Deluxe Christmas Party, and Planet 90210 show.
You know what else I really liked was Old Lang Syne. I liked our last when we said goodbye to the year and saw stuff.
Oh yeah,
that was the best of the best. The best of the best.
That was those four.
Those were
four
sweet,
legs to the table for me.
Yeah, that was really some remarkable stuff, and we got some big numbers on this one too, which was really gratifying considering we had no guest stars at all.
Very interesting.
Time that's really happened. We doubled our normals as far as I can tell. So that was great. I mean, good work, Melanie and Pete.
Melanie, definitely. We can't say
it
enough.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Great.
I mean, we're on the fly here.
This show could not have been done without you, Melanie.
I mean,
thank you guys.
Close.
As somebody who's tried to do all of it at one time, it's impossible. But he did. I mean, it's just thank you so much.
Absolutely. I mean, Peter would have seen me going, "What are you gonna?" Because he's seen that look on some of the other ones where we were technically challenged. So what's you gonna do now, Pete? I didn't have to give him that look.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Have a good newscast.
Yeah. All right, Charles and Larry. I'm sure you have something that you'd like to say before you leave.
I'm gonna say I'm out of here, and it's all the news that's fit and lit.
All right.
And I would just say roam around the world.
There you go.
Good one. All right. Bye, guys. Have a good weekend.
Let's play this.
I love the globe. It's like my new favorite thing.
I think it's going to stick every week in the show. I know that we have no reason for it, but if we need to transition or do something, it's the perfect thing to get us in and out of situations. So
it really is. And the fans loved it. Everybody was commenting how they really felt like they were actually traveling to all these other countries. So I think it was a really fun way to segue, from group to group.
Yeah, if you don't know what to do, just go to the globe. That's
right, exactly.
That's my new thing. All right,
got to pee during a live broadcast? Go to the globe.
And I did.
Yes.
All right, let's see what we have. We have a lot of things to get to with the news, a lot of other things.
Yes.
So we did mention, I know you want to go here, but I would like to just say that we did mention that we were supposed to do a locations tour, but we didn't. But here's some images from our last locations tour.
Yay! The Apple Pan, Occidental /CU. Those were some good times.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Can't wait to do that again with you and hang out and hook up with you again sometimes, Melanie.
I know. That'll be super fun. I can't wait.
Yeah. All right. So let's start here.
All right. Okay. So we're going strong on our social sweep, starting with the Bernie Sanders thing. I know it was like a last week thing, but the cast has been posting this week. Ian won. the Sanders. That was incredible. A lot of his cast members were commenting on it. Very popular post on his Instagram, and very clever. Makes a lot of sense. So Sanders. Way to go, Ian. Love that. And we had some other Bernie memes too. Here we go. We've got Hillary Swank and Bernie. Yep. That was from a couple days ago. And we've got Jason and his wife and his dog and Bernie up hiking. Another cute one. Love it.
And then we have this one.
That's right. Enjoying some French fries with Bernie. We got our girls, Tori and Jenny there. Very cute.
Can I just say I'm over it with the Bernie thing?
You know what? I mean, I kind of am too, but I thought it would be a fail to not mention them because they were in the last week. So it's good to cover. But yeah, it was pretty played out. I would like to say that mine was very clever. I actually did Bernie on a Journey, and I used a Journey album cover. So I don't know. People didn't think it was as funny as I did, apparently. But
I don't get it. I'm
go
just
me.
Yeah.
Whatever, Pete. Whatever.
I love messing with you on our show. All right. I don't have a lot of other things. I have a couple of them.
Yes. Just throw them up. What do you got?
Take it off. 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 Take it from the Jersey Shore, y'all. Come on.
Math dancer stuff. I love it. Love seeing Brian.
Yeah. So that was Vinny from Jersey Shore. Hey, Pete, I did not watch Jersey Shore, but you being from Jersey, did you watch Jersey Shore?
I mean, I've definitely have seen it. I've invested some time in watching it. It wasn't my thing, but I've definitely visited the house and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I'm fully aware of it. It's not the best representation of Jersey, the one that I would prefer, but yeah, I definitely know it. I've definitely seen it. I know who all those people are, and yeah, it's cool to see that Jersey made its way to the Masked Dancer, and always good to see what Brian's up to. Obviously, in the future.
Yes, and speaking of TV, we're still waiting for Jenny to be on Celebrity Wheel of Fortune. She was not on last night's episode. They only air it once a week. It's aired on Thursdays, so it's been on, I think, 3 weeks now. I haven't been able to find her actual appearance date, so I'm just recording it and staying tuned, and we'll keep everybody posted here when she does come on.
Okay. And then this was happening with Tiffany and Bethesda.
Yes, that was a throwback Thursday. She was in Mexico looking very happy, enjoying that lovely drink. And, this just reminds me that I cannot wait for the world to open back up and start traveling again. I went to Hawaii in 2019, and I'm so glad I went because, of course, the world shut down after that. So, I'm soaking in my travel memories and hoping that, travel becomes a thing again.
I can't wait. Yes, I'm in dire need of something. And this is my girl Kathleen's dog. She posted that today that went up, I think.
Yes, I believe it was today. And her cute little doggy's name is Goose, potentially Goose Madonna, because she had a Goose Madonna hashtag, but she did specifically say the dog's name is Goose in the comments. Yeah. What a cutie. And I believe he's a rescue dog. Adopt, don't shop. Always my message. So
nice. That's a very nice message, Melanie.
Well, thank you, Pete.
Yes, the dog is very cute, and just absolutely love her, as you know, and I've repeatedly said that every week here on the series. Now, listen, you know what I wanted to tell you? I didn't pull a clip this week, but I've been doing the Kathleen movies of the week. I have started watching Tin Man that Kathleen was in from maybe I don't know what year it was, but dig that one up, guys. Kathleen in Tin Man, she plays a villain this time, and it's so good. You said Hunt promo. See, let me just tell you what's going on behind the scenes. Now, you mean this?
Yes, Hunt promo. The Love 90210 virtual scavenger hunt happening February 11th through the 15th. Anybody globally can participate. Join at 90210hunts.com. There are some really fun prizes up for grabs, and it's really fun competing against other fans, getting creative, and exercising your knowledge and love of our favorite TV show, Zip Code.
And here's this.
Okay. Do you know we have even more new shirts and merchandise at Beverly Hills 90210showshop.com? For instance, watch our Planet 90210 show with some sick Planet 90210 merch. Or want to celebrate at the Peach Pit? Check out this new shirt with a photo from Jill Henkel's collection. Or, oh my god, I know Claire Arnold fans are going to love this one. A little sex, rock, and really decent literature. Plus, for all you Larry Mollin fans, that's right, a Get Outta Here shirt. And don't forget about our classic designs. We keep loading it up with more items each week, so head over to Beverly Hills 90210showshop.com for all your 90210 stuff.
Okay, so now I can show. I'm wearing a shirt today, my Roy Randolph. I placed a large order last week. Got some Planet 90210, got this, got a couple other things. Love
Looking
it.
good, Melanie. Looking good in
Thank
that
you.
shirt, too. All right, here's this one. This is my favorite shirt.
Oh, really? Gosh,
Really decent literature.
it's a
Thank you.
surprise.
I wear it proudly every day because I am a player. By the way, I wanted to comment on this picture too from this week. Glenda.
Glenda from Italy. Love her. She was, of course.
This is such an Italian thing to do.
She got right up in there, right?
We've done these tours, me and you, and I've done them before. And but only leave it to Italians, and I said this on the show too, just make themselves at home and comfortable and sit right on the lawn. I couldn't stop laughing at it because me and you are so delicate. Like, should we go ring the bell? Should we say hi? We were at Dylan's house and we considered doing all of those things, but we were so respectful. But leave it to Glenda to just sit right on the fucking that's very Tony Soprano. Sit on the fucking lawn and take the picture. That's how Italians handle things like that. Okay.
And it's surprising nobody yelled, get off my lawn.
Well,
that's like the thing,
once,
right?
I think Connor once pointed out to me on Instagram through a DM, like, does anybody actually live in the house? Because there are so many pictures like this of people just visiting and hanging out. I don't know. You'll have to ask other people about that. Here is this.
Oh. Are you still videoing? That's a long video.
So the funny thing is, he'd been doing that for like about 20 minutes, and then I realized I hadn't been recording him. You know what I mean? So I thought I've been recording him for like 10 minutes.
All right. I don't know what this is. This is Shannon Barty's baby.
So this week, fan Kristen McIsaac from Canada messaged me or DM'd me and said, "Hey, did Shannon adopt a baby?" I'm like, "What?" So I go look at her Instagram story. She had posted a story with the baby and the dad in the shower. It was not her husband. And it turns out, as I researched in the comments, she did not adopt a baby. This is her friend Chris Cortazzo's baby, Aniello. And Chris Cortazzo is a Malibu real estate agent. I've actually visited his office before. It's very close to some of the 90210 filming locations. So anyway, Chris Cortazzo, one of her friends, celeb realtors' baby, but it was super cute. And people were speculating that she adopted a baby, and we will confirm that she did not.
All right. And then you have this.
Oh, super cute. Tori and a couple of her kids. She noted that her daughter is actually taller than her now, or as tall as her, Stella. Kids grow up fast. Gosh, my son's going to be taller than me before I know it too.
I love Tori Spelling so much, Melanie Rose. I can't say it enough. I just, I think she's so talented. I was talking to Alan Toy yesterday, who played Professor Finley in the series.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find that on Patreon, by the way. We haven't really done a great Patreon promo over the last few weeks, but you guys have to get on this. There's so many good interviews being planned and things happening. And that's patreon.com/Beverly Hills 90210 show. Alan Toy, who played Professor Finley, and I watched a couple of episodes together, and he talked a little about like researching the character. Anyway, he gave us some behind the scenes about working with Tori Spelling and just how you didn't really have a lot of stuff with her, but how just brilliant she is, and her comedic timing is so wonderful. So Tori, if you're watching this, shout out, much love. I know they've got a lot of cool things coming up too. Speaking of things that we've got coming up, well, the Planet 90210 show already happened. And then this week we're covering Misery Loves Company with Jessica Klein. Maybe we'll bring one of those international fans with us.
Yeah, they all want to come back. They're all so happy and grateful and awesome.
I'll pitch that to the committee. And then on the 10th, we've got a big Valentine's Day episode. And then February 16th, all of you fans, the Kelly and Dylan fans have been hitting me up about this for so long. We just haven't had a chance to get to, but we're going to cover it. And yes, one of the episodes we're going to cover is senior poll. So that question came up to me. That will be discussed. I don't know how deep we'll dive. We're going to figure all that out. We haven't laid that episode out, but yes, we're certainly going to mention that. And then don't forget March is Dylan month, where we're going to cover a whole bunch of Dylan episodes. We're figuring all that out still as we move forward.
Yes, and you know what? I'm going to work on that guest that we talked about a few weeks ago as well. The one that has the reboot coming up. You know who I'm talking about.
I do know who you're talking about. So hopefully we can make some of that happen and get some more people to join the panel.
Oh, and quick David Gale update. He still has not answered my phone calls or emails.
God, David Gale, what are you doing, man? We got to cover this episode with you.
I know.
Please.
I know.
Very Stewart of him. All right.
Yes.
Do we have anything else, Melanie? I think we covered everything.
No, we've covered everything. Great week of the news. And, I'm still reeling off the Planet 90210. It's amazing how many comments and posts I've been tagged in and all of the nice feedback from all the fans. So still, on the heels of Planet 90210. It was a really good show. And again, props to Larry for coming up with the concept. It was a really good one.
Hopefully I can tag you soon.
I mean, why are you not posting and tagging me more?
Right. I will tag you very soon today with my picture. So there you go.
Okay, great. Love it.
Okay. What else you got? Anything else?
You know what? That's it. And with that, we hope everyone has a great weekend. If you haven't watched Planet 90210, go check it out. And 9021 out.